Hi, my name is Peggy O'Flaherty. I'm a spiritual director with Mayslake Ministries in Lombard, Illinois. I want to share with you recently a blog I wrote about technology and being attentive to others. Recently I was at the dental office with my 5 children, and the goal is always to keep them quiet and relaxed as we wait for each one of their appointments. This can be a challenge. Over the years, some of the children will bring in a book or some small race cars or things to keep them occupied, but as they've gotten older and as they've gotten overwhelmed with all the technology gadgets, some children bring in a Kindle or an iTouch for their music or an iPad for their movies, and somebody else brings in a DS to play a video game, and even my baby has a little mini laptop to learn her ABCs. Recently, while we were at the dental office and I looked around and I noticed all of the technology, I closed my own laptop and I asked my oldest daughter, "How does it make you feel when Mommy is working on something and you're trying to talk to me?" And she turned it back to me and she said, "Mom, it makes me feel like what I'm saying isn't important." Well, recently, as I've been talking with some children's psychologists, there's a fine line between it when a child feels what they're saying isn't important and who they are isn't important. So I felt the same way recently while having lunch with a friend, realizing she was checking her text messages the entire time. I had that same feeling that I wasn't being heard and I wasn't important. With the wisdom of age, I understood that she was checking messages for a child at home that was struggling with something, so I knew that her distraction was worthy. But children don't always have that benefit. So what is the value of being an active listener, and what does that look like? Being an active listener is really genuinely caring about the message and having that be heard for the individual that you're with. That means that maybe we're not multitasking, that we don't have a desire to give our own opinion or try to fix the person that's talking to us, to really just listen and let them be heard. This is absolutely a challenge. I think all of us have felt this way with a coworker, a spouse, a child, or a friend. But I once heard a famous quote that said, "Being heard is so close to being loved." So what did I find at the dental office after I had everybody close down their technology? I realized that my son, after having his cavity filled, simply wanted to be reassured. That my oldest daughter was excited to share with me her excitement about the upcoming volleyball season. That another child was anxious about going in for their cleaning and really just needed a hug from me. And my baby really just wanted me to watch her color. So the reward was the abundance of love that I received when I slowed down just enough to notice these people in my life. Recently, my youngest child even asked me, "Mom, how would you feel if you were talking to God and He was busy texting?" That made me really think. So the question I have for you is, can you remember a time and how you felt when you knew that you were being heard?